Hey, what's going on? I can't even speak. What's going on, guys? Caucasian Mark here, whitest dude on the internet. And today we are going to deal with images. So it's pretty easy. As you can see, I have a blank page over here. Cool stuff. So let's get straight down to business. I have this in my folder right here. So cool. So let's, I'll show you what to type. So I'm going to surround this by p tags here, and then I will explain briefly. Come on over, cut that out, bring it on over. So I have the p tags here. I have image source, which is what that's short for. So I'm going to type in cropped favicon.jpg. Don't forget the extension. I'm notorious for forgetting the extension. As we can see, it pops up here. Yay! Cool, awesome stuff. Let's make a new folder over here and let's call it images, right? Did it not do it? Okay, let's just try this again. Have that there. Now let's move this up. And now it disappears. It's a broken link. Now, why is that? Well, you have to tell the browser where to look, right? It's not seeing it because when you don't have anything preceding the name of the file you're trying to bring in, it thinks it's literally sitting right next to the index.html file. But if that image, it could be a text file, it could be anything else you want, is in another folder, you have to tell it to look in another folder. And how do we do this? You'd come in here and type images and have a / which says, hey, it's in this folder, open it up, and this is the name of what you want. We're going to save it, and voila, there you are. But are we done? As always, not quite. So one thing you want to do is have an alt tag, which means if the file doesn't show, maybe it's not your fault, maybe it's a browser's fault, maybe they have styles and stuff turned off on their browser, you want to tell them what is there in place of it. So you'd say a pretty flower. Awesome stuff. Now, are we done? Not quite, right? So what could we do next? Well, we could come into here, we could do something like width, and we could do 200 pixels. Now this is going to get kind of funky here, and it turns it down to 200 pixels rather than what it was previously. I don't know the dimensions, but we could see that it made it noticeably smaller, right? Now this is cool, this is fine, but keep in mind when you are having images on your page, you would probably want to Photoshop them or have some kind of editor to make them small beforehand, because it just ultimately takes longer because it'll load the image in its regular size and then it'll make it smaller, so it's more time that the page takes loading. Now in this case it's probably going to be instant for just about everybody, but when you have a gigantic commercial sized website, every second matters and you don't want any errors or issues or anything like that. So you want to prepare your sizes beforehand. So we could even come into here and do height, right? We come here, do height, and we could do, let's do something funny. Let's just make it 2000. And that's gigantic, right? That's a little unnecessary. All right, so we made it a bit larger. So those are some things we do with images. Once again, if it's another folder, tell it it's another folder, give it its name, give it a /, and it could be in a folder, inside of a folder, inside of a folder. Rinse and repeat. Just keep having this / to open them up. I will add this in here though. Say you do need to move backwards out of a folder for whatever reason. Say your index is in a, let's try this here. Actually, I don't want to add a new file. Let's make a new folder here, and let's just call it the index home. So we're going to move this into here. Our browser knows something's wrong here. So a pretty flower. So what do we do? Because we're inside of a folder, and even if we pop out of that folder, that doesn't necessarily mean we're inside of images, right? It's not like you leave your bedroom and you're automatically in the bathroom, so your house just isn't set up like that. What you would come in and do is hit .. This means move out, so you're outside of it. So you're moving outside of the folder and then into the images. And then bam. Awesome stuff right there, right? And let's go back and save this again. And since it's not pointing there, a pretty flower, which is exactly what we typed right here. So you're like, wow, pretty flower, where's it at? This is also a very helpful tool while you're developing if something's not being pointed at correctly. Because this shows that the code is working, so it eliminates kind of what that errors could be. So once again, to move out of your folder, .. You're going to save it. It's popping out of the folder. It's inside of the HTML series folder now, and then it looks straight into images, and then, you know, from there, everything's good to go. Well, this has been Caucasian Mark. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. See ya.